Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use my great uncle King James version of the Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered testimony of the various prophets of the Old Testament. What I came up with was the book of Zion, the year 2020. The three main elements: Trump, COVID-19, Black Lives Matter. Okay, that's that's the stage right there. That's the three elements of 2020 that everybody can agree on. Now, the prophecy is actualizing itself in real time. What Trump is doing right now, his attempted coup, is going to lead to the destruction of the American nation that we know today. By spring, there will no longer be a United States of America. Why? Well, because the prophecy is actualizing itself. It is becoming manifest into reality, exactly as foretold. Believe me, I know. I wrote the book. And the reason I wrote the book is because I started this in 1979 when I gave myself to God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Specifically, God's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, at the time, I did not know that God were the gray aliens. I didn't know that until 2000. Between 2000 and 2004 is when I kind of figured that out. Until then, it was always God, the traditional God that I had been raised with, the Judeo-Christian God, the God of Earth. But as I became the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, I learned that they are the true God of Earth. Not a single being, but a civilization that came to our planet at our Neanderthal stage and has been a part of us ever since. Now, in that time period, when I figured this out, the reason I figured it out was because I was writing the original, or the first version of the prophecy. I was piecing it together for the first time, and that's when I figured out they were aliens. And it just made sense because I had been having real life experiences with these beings since 1979. They were a part of my every waking moment. They literally shaped my world. And my world was completely in their hands. And what they did was they created a living classroom in my life where they set up a cycle of events that would teach me morality, that would teach me how to become Zion. And in the later processes of this teaching, I realized what was happening because I started to recognize the cycle that I was going through. I would I'd get these download dumps where the gray would download information into my brain. And it would be like I would go crazy. It would be these blah, 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 blah. My brain would just be scrambled for days because I was trying to assimilate this big dump of information. And then my life would be molded around this information where the people around me were manipulated and the events of my life were manipulated to illustrate the information that had been downloaded. This is how they taught me, through my life experiences. And I found out that I was going through these cycles where I would get this big download of information after my life went to hell. And I realized that my life was going to hell because I was being tested. I was given this information. I was, it was illustrated in my life through events, and then I would be tested on the information. Did I get the right answers? Now, this chaotic period of testing would be fucking nuts. I'd lose my job. I'd lose everything. Everything would just go to hell, which is what we're experiencing right now. So, and really, the last 4 years since Donald Trump has been into the White House has been actualization in real time, that same cycle for the entire planet. We've all had to deal with Trump and his Trumpiness. And his Trumpiness is the test. Do you go for him or do you say, bull fucking shit? Because if you go for him, yeah, you went for him. And he's all you get. But if you said bullshit, well, then you're among the category of, okay, you have the right attitude to be taught. And so our country and the world, so to speak, has kind of been split on this moral line of Trump being, oh, answer, and everybody else being, okay, he is crazy evil. So whichever side of that line you fall on is your judgment. You're judged by that, because that's what the prophecy says. And we are at the end of this cycle at this moment. Our big testing time is coming. And it's not going to be pretty, my friends. Because all of the white supremacists, all of the evil people, all of the stupid people, all of the Trump idiots are being molded and shaped into an army to overthrow our government. If you do not see this happening, then you're fools. Because he is openly doing it. He's not even trying to hide what he's doing. We are at the end of the cycle, and we're being tested. Now, this is also the end of my last cycle. I'm being tested too. I've got COVID, or I've had it, or I'm sick. But I'm not worried about that because the Grey watch over me, and they guide me. They're not going to let anything bad happen to me. I have not got a completely compromised immune system, so I'm pretty sure that I can fight it. I don't even take medication, so it's not that bad. But you can tell I'm not feeling good. But even if I were to die, I'm not worried about that because my legacy lives on. Even if these videotapes are all that ever remains of me, you can still create a nation, the nation of Zion, based on these films. And I would have still fulfilled prophecy. I would still be Zion. And you would still have a beautiful future ahead of you. And if that is all that I get out of this, oh my God, I will be happy to die in your honor. So, COVID, nah, don't worry about it. Because this is what's important, that you get the Book of Zion. You learn about the Pot Smoker's Bible. And you live long enough to go camping. Because that's the next big thing. This is going to be a terrible, terrible winter. And I want to tell you right now that I had to quit my job because I got sick. So I have no source of income. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my next cable bill. So these might be the last episodes that I get to do before the terrible darkness takes hold. But that's okay. Because if you go to Pot Smoker's Bible on YouTube, the entire book has already been recorded. So you can start from the very first page of the book of the Pot Smoker's Bible, and you can learn everything that I've learned since 1979. And you will be able to go camping and hold the solemn assembly and call upon God mentally and receive first contact. That is what is about to happen. That is the glorious future that is in store for all of us who survive this terrible winter and live to go camping. Now, that's not, it's like we won't be the only ones to survive. There will be, they'll still be in America. But sometime during this terrible dark winter, my controversy is going to start. And that once that controversy starts, well, read the prophecy. It's all history. At least to the gray, it's history. To me, it's history because I've already written it. I know what's about to happen. I'm probably going to go off the air, and those of you who like what I'm saying are going to go to Pot Smoker's Bible on YouTube, and you're going to start at the beginning, and you're going to learn the truth about the prophecy, and then you're going to follow the directions that I've already given you there. You'll start creating the foundations of the guilds. You'll start preparing to go camping. You'll start to follow the moral code of the prophecy. You will become Zionite. You will realize that your pot smoking and your drug use makes you the best people on earth. And once you realize that you're the best that this planet has to offer, you'll no longer be willing to settle for being the scapegoats of society. So, as Trump destroys America, pot smokers are going to unite. And I'm hoping that you'll all refrain from the violence that's about to happen. Wear your masks. Stay home. Do not go into the streets. Do not protest anything. Let Trump's idiots and Biden's fools duke it out. Because they're going to get rid of a lot of the major problems that we have in this world. In other words, white supremacists and idiots who think that money is the god of the earth. Because that is what the fight is going to, those are the people who are going to be fighting. Because anybody who is a true Zionite doesn't give a fuck about money, knows that America sucks, and knows that there's got to be a better way. And I've got that better way. The Grey taught it to me. They sent me through the classroom from hell, the school of hardest knocks. And because of that, I figured out everything that you need to know to save yourself so that next spring on 420, we can all get together, go camping, bring the Grey down to earth, and show every stupid, egotistical, money-monger, warmongering, violent, holier than thou any person on this planet, that they are wrong. Because the Grey are going to do that. They're going to come down to show the world that we're good people. And once they show up, everything changes in our favor. So may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guilt choice. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the book. So, I'm going to say later now, because you know me, I will never say goodbye.